Tesla has just confirmed what we've been saying for a very long time, which is that electric car manufacturing has come down enormously. As more vehicles get made, the price comes down. It was one of the very key reasons why Tesla has released this information, why it's saying its profitability actually is much higher than Wall Street predicted. In fact, Tesla's share price has just soared by 22%. And really, it's just on one single fact. Tesla's profitability is so incredibly high versus its competition. But still, the key point here is this, and the Driven mentions it really perfectly. The cost of batteries has come down. The battery is the most expensive part of an electric car. And if the cost of the battery pack has come down by 50% over the last 2 years, then the cost to manufacture an EV could very soon be lower than the cost to manufacture an internal combustion engine vehicle. This really is very likely to crush Toyota's claim, which they continue to make, that electric cars will never make up more than 30% of the global car market. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. Great to have you with us. You're watching the Electric Viking. I personally actually have been charging my EV using my solar system, and I recommend them. So the company that installed the solar system for me did a fantastic job. So I'm basically got a deal with them. I said, guys, I want to advertise your business because you've done, not advertise them, but let people know what you've done for me to help me out. They gave me a really good deal. So they'll do the same for you. I'll put a link in the description below to Resync Solar. Now, Tesla says the cost of making EVs is at the lowest point ever. And it's saying it's going to build even more affordable cars next year, right? So Tesla's saying it will have 2 more affordable models next year. Now, I don't know what these will be, but I speculate they'll simply be a newer version of the Model Y, which will be a smaller version. So when I say smaller, I mean a smaller battery pack. It'll have less range, maybe around 220 miles of range, and could come in at a price of around $35,000 to $39,000 is my estimate. The Model 3, same thing. I don't believe Tesla is bringing out 2 new cars next year. I believe it's just cheaper variants of their existing cars. Now, when I say existing cars, there is a new Model Y coming out in, well, it's already started pre-production, the Juniper version. That would be a huge upgrade versus the Model Y right now. And Tesla, at the same time, is making the highest profits it's ever made. How is Tesla making so much money? I'm talking on a per car sold basis. How are they making so much money when their average sales price is so much lower than what it was a year ago or 2 years ago? Now, I'm talking, if you subtract the Cybertruck, of course, though Tesla does say that they have finally reached profitability with the Cybertruck, which is remarkable. If you remove Cybertruck sales, right, from Tesla's sales numbers, the average sales price for Tesla's vehicles has never been lower. And yet they're making historic profits. Their profit margins are sitting at around 16-17%, which is incredible. The reason, of course, is the decline in the cost of battery packs. Tesla said in its Q3 earnings report released on Thursday morning that the average cost to manufacture a vehicle at the company was $35,000, but that includes Cybertrucks, which are obviously huge and expensive to manufacture. And that's incredible considering the fact that Tesla does not sell any cheap cars. They don't have the Model 3, the Model Y. They only sell them. Even the base Model 3, the base Model Y come with all these standard specifications you don't get on other base model cars. They come with ventilated seats. They come with rear digital screens. They come with 15-inch touchscreens. All this stuff you don't get on base model vehicles. So they don't have it. They don't have any cheap vehicles yet. And that's incredible. The fact that Tesla can manufacture those vehicles for $35,000 on average, then that includes Cybertruck, that average price might come down to around $31,000, $32,000 if you take away the Cybertruck. Musk also tweeted saying that he knows of no company worldwide making a profit on electric cars. And he's specifically talking about their electric cars, not the entire company as a whole, where they try to include gasoline and hybrid powered vehicles to try and say that they're making a profit. Now, I believe BYD is making a very, very small profit on its EVs, but outside of BYD, he's right. No one else is making a profit. Now, Tesla's reduced cost has allowed the company to pass on savings to customers, with local Tesla vehicles retailing at all-time low prices. I mean, here in Australia, the Model 3 is $55,000. That's Australian dollars. That's around $39,000 US. The Model Y is around $40,000 US. That's around 56,000 Australian dollars. Those vehicles have never been that cheap here ever before. So Tesla is still succeeding, specifically in China, in the face of enormous competition. I mean, the fact that Tesla sales in China actually increased in the third quarter of this year versus the third quarter of last year is quite remarkable. Look, we have now Xiaomi. We probably have an extra 250 models of vehicle available that weren't available a year ago, and all of them are cheaper than what was available a year ago. So this is an amazing result. The Tesla earnings report celebrated the building of its 7 millionth EV globally, but Tesla's revenue did go down a little bit. It was 25.1 billion. The market expected it to be 25.8 billion. But I think what is more important than revenue is profit. I mean, you could make $1 trillion in revenue, but if your costs are 1.1 trillion, you lost $100 billion. So focusing on revenue is clearly not that not all that relevant to shareholders. As a result, of course, Tesla's price of its stock goes up by 22%. So Tesla's net operating income of US $2.2 billion was quite remarkable, considering the fact that's a similar net operating profit to the Hyundai Group, even though they actually sold twice as many vehicles as Tesla. Now, interestingly, Tesla's profits also are about double that of Hyundai as well, worldwide. So that shows you these incredible results, considering all of Tesla's cars are electric. How are they making such big profits? Well, it comes down to mass manufacturing. Tesla is still the biggest manufacturer in the world of fully electric cars. And I believe that helps to amortize the cost. There is one big advantage Tesla has as well. Now, BYD, yes, like I said before, they are incredibly successful, doing a fantastic job. But one of the big advantages Tesla has versus its rivals, which include BYD, is it doesn't make hundreds of different models. And technically BYD does. If you look at the models they have more than 40 different models of hybrids. They have plug-in hybrids, internal combustion cars. Now BYD obviously has plug-in hybrids and fully electric cars, but they have so many different models of car that obviously that has to cost you money, right? And obviously it does mean you need more and more and more parts, more variants of those parts, and then you need to cover more warranty costs and all that kind of stuff. It all does add up. So Tesla's strategy of really only having two global vehicles it's been incredibly successful. Tesla's new Milestone comes only 6 months after it reported that 6 million vehicles had been produced in its global factories. We need to make EVs affordable for everyone, including making total cost of ownership per mile competitive with all forms of transportation, Tesla said in their report. Preparations remain underway for our offering of new vehicles, including more affordable models, which will begin launching in the first half of 2025. Now, clearly, Tesla does pay less for batteries than all of its rivals, except BYD. Obviously, BYD makes the Blade battery themselves, and therefore the cost for BYD to manufacture and sell those batteries would be lower than Tesla is paying to buy BYD Blade batteries from BYD. Or is it? It might not be. Now, some analysts believe Tesla actually pays less than it costs BYD to manufacture the Blade battery because BYD is very, very well aware of the important marketing that the company gets. What I mean by this is that, BYD is a relatively new brand. Now, for example, when I first started this channel 4 years ago and I made videos about BYD, 99% of Australians had never heard of the company. 99% of Americans had never heard of the company. 99% of people in Europe had never heard of the company. Now they have dedicated hardcore brand fans who will watch this video and probably unsubscribe. But those people had never heard of BYD 4 years ago. Now, BYD knew that when Tesla was mass manufacturing its vehicles using BYD Blade batteries, it would be a very important marketing tactic for the company. You can guarantee that BYD used that. They used the fact that Tesla uses the Blade battery in their German-made Model Y to advertise the product to other potential new customers. BYD is currently the second biggest battery company in the world. Marketing costs money. And I believe that BYD sells their batteries either at cost price or even below that in order to gain this kind of competitive advantage versus its rivals. It can tell these new car manufacturers, many of whom now use BYD Blade batteries as well, and who have jumped on board the BYD ship over the past 12 months, that Tesla uses them. Tesla uses them, therefore they must be quite good. And that is working for the company. BYD was the fourth largest battery maker in the world only a couple of years ago. It's now jumped to second place. Third place now, it's sitting a long, long way behind. LG Chem used to be the largest battery manufacturer in the world, and it's now well behind BYD in third. Less than 12 months after Tesla's initial customer deliveries of the Cybertruck, Tesla have revealed that Cybertruck production increased sequentially and achieved a positive gross margin for the first time. So Tesla isn't just making a profit on the Model 3 and the Model Y. It's also making a profit on the Cybertruck. Clearly, Tesla's ability to manufacture its EVs efficiently is part of this. Structural batteries, gigacasting, efficient production, that matters. But the biggest thing here, in my opinion, that is helping Tesla to make tremendous profits on its vehicles, in spite of the fact it's selling them cheaper than it has ever before, is simply the fact that the cost of batteries from CATL and BYD and other companies like CALB in China has come down by approximately 50% over the past 24 months. And that, my friends, is a really good thing for the future of electric cars.